And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in our 1.0 series. Alright, I would like to prototype a system for getting artillery up and running. Now, a few things to note. Not everywhere is going to have logistics coverage, so I want to somehow get a Roboport in there somewhere to make sure that at least that has logistics coverage. You know, and also to tie it into others, because like right here, there's no logistics coverage up in the corner, and I need it there. So integrating a Roboport into the system will just be all better. So what I want to do is I want to set up a system with 4 of these, like that, and then I want a requester chest in the middle, so the Roboport can kind of go off to the side here a little bit, somewhere. Okay, and then a big pole and a substation will make sure it's all covered. Now, I want to put in there ammo, but I only want to do it on a trigger. I don't want these to just go willy-nilly, just constantly firing. I want them on a trigger. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect them to the circuit network, like so, and only when something arbitrary, like a seedling, is exactly equal to, say, 3. Okay, only enable when a seedling, when there are exactly 3 seedlings in the system. And again, shift right click and then left click to paste. So they will only be enabled when those seedlings are in the system. So that means I can request the artillery shells. And remember, these don't stack, so I'm going to request like 20 of these. A request from buffer chest. That buffer chest doesn't really matter because it is already in a storage system. The storage things are not buffer chests. You can there is the buffer chest like storage somewhere. Crafting. Maybe I don't have it researched. I bet you I don't have it researched. Yeah, there it is, right there. Buffer chest, buffer warehouse. Okay, so we have the 20 shells in there. We have power. We have logistics coverage. They are set and ready to go. So what I want to do is I'm going to click the blueprint button, and I'm going to just make a blueprint out of all of that. And then we're going to have maybe a number 4, and how about a Roboport to, and then the description is a artillery switch is, wow, I just can't type today. Switch is seedling equals 3 in network. Okay. And unnamed, this is going to be 4 by Artie. Create blueprint. Now I have a blueprint of that thing. Okay, now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to place it somewhere over here. Like maybe there. And we're going to have one probably up here too. Got a lot of biters coming in around here. Don't think we have the artillery shells crafted. Yeah, we only have 44 in there. And as far as artillery goes, yeah, we're pretty much draining. Well, there's actually a decent amount there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How did you Good Lord. How did you... All right, well, I guess that means we need a little bit more protection down here, because that does not bode well. Oh, good Lord. Okay, trees, go away. You're just in my way. I love that trees and rocks dismantling. It's just so nice. Okay, so these are built, and they're going to be delivered. These are built, and they've already been delivered, so the bots must be on their way. They've just delivered them. Sweet. So we have on our northern area here. Why are those? Did not anticipate them getting this far in without hitting some turrets. Like, they really had to get right tight in there. Oh, that's not a good spot. Of course, they have to be powered. That would help a lot. Yeah, I don't know how or who that attack was from. Oh, Lord. Yep. Okay, so that indicates that I need to protect this area a little bit more. So we're gonna go kind of doesn't matter where these things link up. But I want to make sure that's heavily defended. Because once that artillery starts, oh man, things get hairy really, really fast. Let's double connect those up in case this wire goes down or something else unfortunate happens. But my main concern is up in these parts, because once that goes, once I kick that off, and I'll prepare it. So, ooh, okay. So you can turn logistics off. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to get a little bit of wood, and obviously it doesn't go into trash because logistics is off. So I'm going to craft seedlings 3. Okay. And then you can kind of just anywhere you have orange coverage. Remember, these are gated off of 3 seedlings. So what I'm going to do is it's kind of funny. But what I'm going to do is we are going to cover that. Yeah, I could basically do this anywhere. I don't know why I'm not doing it where there's power. So, storage, regular, insert, you are coming from there. Nope, you're going from there. You are down there. Okay, so this one will be connected when artillery shells are greater, or no, less than, let's say 20. This is going to engage. Okay, that just went red, like just as I was looking at it. So that means if we go down here, boom, 20. Okay. So if shell is less than 20, if, okay, let's copy and paste, right? If shells is greater than, let's say, 40. Now, you might be wondering, what in the world is this for? Like, what in the world? Okay, so let me describe the logic behind this switch. I dump 3 seedlings into this chest. Bam, all of these kickstart. Exactly 3 seedlings in the chest. This thing's go. Immediately dumping ammo into all 16, no, 12. All 12 of these immediately get ammo. Okay, immediately get a stack of ammo. However many this can hold, 2. So they get 2 shells immediately. Draining these chests out, which triggers a robot delivery from the storage chests from here, which immediately drops the amount available in the system. So right now, if we hit L and we look at shell, there are 25 artillery shells in the system, which this thing is picking up, which is why this is red, because there are 25 in the system, which means it is not less than 20. But the second all those inserters trigger, which triggers all of the robots, it's going to drop the amount of shells in the system below 20, which will immediately pull the seedlings out of this chest into this one, which isn't connected to the system, which disables all of the inserters. The inserters shut down and they don't do anything, which allows the bots to fill the chests back up, quieting the system, allowing the biters to attack, doing all the things that they do, calms the system back down, chests fill back up. As soon as there are in the system more than 40 shells, as soon as it builds back up and that 41st shell hits, this will push those seedlings back into the system, triggering the inserters and doing the whole system over again. Okay? So you can tweak with these numbers in order to get the inserters to insert as much as you want into the artillery systems. You can, increase this, which gives more of a buffer, so when the system is triggered, this won't get hit right away. It's not an instantaneous thing. And so you can set this to say 100, and you can set this to 10. And that way there's a huge buffer between the two. 100 shells get produced, the system engages. A whole bunch of shells get shot, the system quiets down again once a number of shells are gone. And this will allow you to keep enough shells in the system where you can build extra artillery sets around your base as needed, and there'll be enough shells to fill it up initially. Now, you could just set all of this up and have all of this running constantly. So these are constantly full and shooting as they're getting ammo, which eventually they will. But early game, when you first set them up, there's a lot of bases out there, and they are pretty darn good at figuring out who to shoot at and how to space things out. There's even a few mods that add a nuclear shell that have an even bigger radius, and they somehow figure out, they shoot here and they know the radius, so they don't shoot over here. They actually shoot way over here because it's outside the radius. It's actually a pretty smart system. All right, so I am going to drop the seedlings into here, and we'll see the system engage Like instantly. It'll instantly turn on and then instantly turn back off again. So bam, and shut down, and each has a few shells. They're not happy campers, by the way. You can see they immediately attack wherever that shell came from. They are not happy. So if we look at our logistics, shell, you can see we only have 13. Once that hits 41, it'll have to be 41, the system will engage again, which allows time for the whole thing to sort of calm itself down, the waves of biters to calm down, and yeah, good times. And if we look at our turret radius, you can see this out here is the radius of your system. Now, that is the automatic radius. And if you look at the artillery itself, you can see automatic range, 224. That is that radius. Manual range, 560. That is a huge, huge amount of range that you can then use manually. Now you need artillery in range that have ammo in order to manually fire at a longer distance. But it's best to wait until everything in the automatic range is destroyed, and then you can go out manually and sort of pick and choose where you sort of pummel the biters after that. All right, so yeah, it's just a matter of the amount of crafting you need, and you know, it's how fast you're producing those shells. They are not a fast craft, and we don't need too much defense in the middle of our base anymore. We are pretty well defended on this side. I mean, there is a gap here, but we have coverage. So any biter coming in here is going to get hit by one of these turrets and immediately try to get to that turret. They don't just pass through. If something's shooting at them, they don't ignore it. They go right after it. Very simple system. And that is how I do my artillery. There's a lot of people that just let them fire. Just constantly fire, but they don't fire equally or evenly. And you know, you may get every shell you make coming up here, leaving these two outposts completely unammoed, and no more biters get taken out. And then the researches, there's one range and one shooting speed. The range bumps that both automatic and manual range up. So once the system is sort of settled and all of the biters in the immediate vicinity in the range, once all of those are taken out and we have shells everywhere, then the artillery will basically keep the area clean. As soon as a biter tries to build a base within that range, the artillery will take it out. And so it keeps that area clean. The second you research extra range, it's going to bump this out like by quite a bit. You saw like 30%. It's going to bump this out, which is going to incorporate and encompass more bases. And so the system will just fire until it's either out of ammo or all the bases are destroyed, or this thing is triggered. Fairly straightforward. If we look at our cannon shells, we are at 25. So we've got a few shells left to make, and I don't think I can craft them manually. I mean, it says that I can. Possibly, maybe, yeah. It says I could. So if you really wanted to, you could grab a bunch of these, you could grab a bunch of these, and you could just sit and craft a bunch manually, dump them all in the system all at once. And you know, your system would fire up and do a lot of damage really, really fast. So yeah, whether or not you want to make your system do what I did, again, most of this game is sort of up to you. However you want to play is just fine. And I think, how are we doing? Our rockets are just agonizingly slow. 8 seconds there. I have this set to 600. Yeah, that's just going to sit and grind away, I guess. The other quick thing I would like to cover, completely unrelated, is the upgrade system. Now, I've covered in exceedingly amounts of detail why we set up our mall the way that we did. We have buffer chests with requests for all of the old items, okay, which then get automatically upgraded all the way to the top tier of item that we need. And we have these requests pretty high. Like this, I want to set to like 3,500. I want to set this is already set to 50. Why is there so much in there then? That's weird. Have I really gone through that much? Anyway, again, this, let's set this to like 2,000. And then this is 100. That's fine. So, as we upgrade belt, splitters, undergrounds, and even the mini loaders, they will automatically get upgraded to the top tier variants. Now, the benefit of this is you don't need to mess with the system anymore in order to upgrade your base. One of the developers made a mod a while ago, and that mod is now integrated into the main game, and it is the upgrade planner, which is the green thing down here. It kind of behaves like the blueprint. It gives you an item, which then you can put on your hotbar. Okay, inherently, by default, it will try to upgrade things one level. Everything sort of has an upgrade path. In the game, you can either manually control it or the game tries to figure it out. So if I try to manually upgrade this underground, okay, it knows that it wants one level of upgrade to that belt, which, pop, there it is. Now it's a blue. Okay, so it will automatically try to upgrade everything once to one level higher than what it is. And that works for machines, all of the logistics belts, and inserters. So yellow burner inserters to yellow inserters to blue inserters is the upgrade path. Now, if you want to skip some steps, you can right-click this and gives you an interface. And I want to say from yellow belt to blue belt. From yellow underground to blue. From yellow splitter to blue. And you can see it actually filters what the upgrade is. You can't say, I want to upgrade a splitter into an inserter. Okay, that wouldn't work because they're different things, obviously. So then I want to say, I want red to go to blue. I want red to go to blue and red to go to blue. Okay. Now, let's say, I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of upgrades right there. And I think we're going to do that. We're going to name this belt upgrader. And so we're going to say blue, blue, blue. Man, did I just click that off? Belt upgrader. I misclicked. Blue. and blue, and blue. So now we want to say yellow mini loader to express mini loader, red mini loader to express mini loader. And the reason there's so many is there's a filter variant of all three. So you want to make sure you click on the right one. I mean, you can export these to a string. They're really easy to set up. I mean, there's no reason to sort of do that, but it is what it is. So you can actually put a bunch of stuff in here to upgrade. So let's upgrade yellow to blue inserters, because we still have some yellow inserters in here, and that's not cool. I want to upgrade all of those. Okay, so that's the upgrade planner. Now with this, we can actually mass upgrade pretty much everything we need to. And the system, because we have those requests, it's going to start pulling the blue out of the system, right? It's going to use these blue items to upgrade with. But it's also automatically going to dump the red stuff and the yellow stuff into the system to get upgraded automatically. It is a beautiful, beautiful system that works so well. I just cannot describe how nice it is that it's even in the game. Like, it's just so nice. So I want to come down here, and rather than manually upgrading all of this, let's upgrade our iron line. Upgrade all of that and all of that. Just upgrade it all. As you can see, I've upgraded copper a little bit already. But they place the object, grab the what is left, and then bring that back up to get upgraded. It's wonderful. It's so wonderful. Okay, so I would like to get all of this stuff upgraded. And they've made it smart enough to be able to upgrade quite a lot. Okay, all of that is good. Now, this obviously isn't being upgraded because it is not in logistics range. Of course, you need coverage in order to make this work. So this is where the kitty corners kind of come into play. Okay. How are we doing on our shells? 28. Oh, I think we had another round of, yeah, I think we had another round of shots, which is nice. So you can work and basically, I mean, if you really want, I wouldn't recommend it, but you can just sweepingly upgrade your whole base if you wanted to. I don't have enough belt in the system inherently to upgrade our whole system, but I can upgrade quite a lot of it. Our whole iron system is now super fast, leaving sort of this area up here. What? I clicked on the wrong thing. And when bots upgrade this stuff, it retains all of the settings and stuff that you do. Just as if you would upgrade it yourself, it keeps all of those settings. So you don't have to worry about your system upgrading and then kind of going to pot, because it's all it does is swap the object. And there we go. I've even upgraded some of the belt up here just to keep copper flowing. This I was able to kind of cut down because this is only going to be mining copper from now on. There's still a lot of copper really crammed in here, and I'd like to get some modules up in here to really help consume a lot of that extra stuff. 34. All right. Well, I hope you learned stuff today. I really do. The quality of life features in this game are second to none. And, you know, once you get comfortable with them, the game just starts flowing so much easier. It's just brilliant. And now we have a ton of stuff to upgrade. As you can see, lots of red belt, and probably even maybe a little yellow belt, and you know, blue belt is getting made, and it saves huge amounts of resources, especially gears. Your gears, it's crazy how many gears you actually will go through. It's just astonishing what you use to make those top tier stuff. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.